SNP's success is a mystery to Unionists. Here's their secret. How's that for a clickbait title? So, of course, I just had to read that. And it's actually a fair enough article. And the person is basically correct. The author here, Neil Mackay, he says, Starmer's, he's talking about Holyrood in Scotland, Starmer's supermajority, everyone believed, would guarantee reserves of political support lasting well into 2026, securing Holyrood for Labour. But that's 20th century thinking. Politics changes fast now. Starmer's support is shallow. He was immediately mired in absurd scandals of elitist greed. Wasn't he just? Which he could actually have avoided if he had just thought 2 minutes about it. In particular, of course, the pensioners and the extra money for the expensive fuel. And Mackay here notes, Starmer hasn't yet presented a vision to people in which we can believe. We feel we're being run by a middle manager in an out-of-town call centre. Well, it's a little bit unfair to middle managers in out-of-town call centres, of which I have worked in, I should say. Anyway, we know what he means. He knows what he means. So he gets on to the point here. As long as Starmer continues upon the path that he's on, then things can only get better for the SNP. The SNP can even continue along its amateurish and failed path in terms of governing. Is that good for Scotland? No, but it's a political truth. Without Westminster folly and failure, the SNP would be nowhere. Today in Scotland, people want change both at and from Westminster. That's not happening. So the SNP becomes the only alternative, even if it's Scotland's incumbent government. That seems crazy and is to some degree, but it's how Scottish politics works. Unionists will achieve nothing until they grasp that. Well, we grasp that. We've long grasped that. We've long realised that that's how it works. That unlike in England, in Scotland, everybody has an alternative. If they don't like the leading Tories or the Labour. In England, I'm afraid, you don't have much of an alternative. Until now, of course, with the rise of reform. But in Scotland, we've always had that alternative of the SNP. And the SNP has always been successful when Westminster has been or perceived to have been at its poorest.